Okay, welcome back. Last time we started off Crash Team Racing, made our way through Insanity Beach and beat Riffaroo at the end to earn our first key, made our way through Gemstone Valley and arrived in the Lost Ruins. Today we're starting up the Lost Ruins and dealing with Coco Park first. I mostly want to get this track out of the way because it's probably my least favourite one in the entire game. It's not necessarily a bad track, it's something far worse. It's a boring track. Like, this should have, like, I know, it's a very flat kind of track, where, like, there's no challenge to it, there's no difficult platforming section to it, there's no, complex bit. It's just kind of, if you know what you're doing, you can just power slide through everything. I mean, to be fair, you can level that towards most tracks in this game. But in general, this is just kind of a track that sort of just happens, I guess. I don't really have much to add on this track. It's very kind of just bland. Like, yeah, that's all I really have on that. Also, if I go over here, I went the completely wrong way. Also, the odds of getting the Aku Aku or Uka Uka in first place is quite low. Also, because I have 10 Wumpa Fruit, it lasts a little bit longer. I want to say that didn't quite last as long as it normally would because I'm in first, but I don't know if that's, like a placebo effect. I'm just telling myself that, or what. Either way, we are, you know, quite comfortably, massively ahead by, yeah, we are quite literally about half a track ahead, so, yeah. I don't really have much to add on this track. We are literally just half a track ahead of everyone else. And I nearly hit that, so I guess that's nearly an issue, but hey, with that, we are now done with Coco Park, and we don't need to come back here for a while. Cortex and Engine round out the podium. I guess the forces of evil are taking, you know, a couple of wins here and there. Also, weirdly enough, also, I should mention this, these, I don't know what they're called, the people with the umbrellas here that are kind of like here to celebrate your win, there are 4 different ones of them. There's Ami, Megumi, and I forget the other 2's names, but depending on who you're playing as, you can get a different one.
You can go faster through turns by power sliding. To access the power slide, press and hold the R1 button while turning hard.
So, now we've got the tutorial about how to power slide. Sure, would be a shame if I hadn't been using that for the entire previous episode. But yeah, so, if you're playing as Crash or Coco, you get the one we've been seeing. Pola and Purah have a different one. Tiny Tiger and Dingodile have a different one. And Cortex and Engine have a different one. And I don't know if they were ever named beforehand, but in the remake of this game that came out in 2019, I want to say, it was either 2018 or 2019, they are unlockable playable characters. And I think that's cool. To be totally honest, in that remake, pretty much everyone is here. Like, it is, like, everyone is in that game. Also, I just got the Vortex in first place. So, let's just... Wait, how will this work? Didn't quite work as I'd hoped. Well, you know what? I guess that's about as good of a... That's about as much of a lead as I'm going to be willing to give these guys. So, off we go to, you know, reclaim our rightful place at the head of the pack. Because, yeah, let's be real, Cortex isn't going to do anything to stop us here. And Tiny Tiger and Engine aren't really going to be doing a whole lot either. But yeah, so this is Purah's track. And honestly, this is one that I'm quite fond of. I'd say this is probably... And I don't know where I'd put this in terms of, like, track difficulty. However, if you hit this, you can blow it up and open up a shortcut for yourself. And I don't know if the AI can use the shortcut. But, hey, I'm not going to complain, because now we have a quite commanding lead. And Pola is really far back. Like, we are half a track ahead of Pola. I mean, to be fair, we're like probably a quarter of a track ahead of Cortex, and he's in second place, so maybe I shouldn't be talking quite as much smack. Yeah, that was close. To be totally honest, though, I feel like I'm in a pretty good position here, because I can just blow that up, open this up again, and make my way on towards the end. And we got one more vial, don't need it, but hey, now you're an all-star, I guess, because, I don't know. And with that, that is Tiger Temple complete. Simple, easy win. So, we are now halfway through the Lost Ruins. Well, technically, 2/5, because, you know, we have the boss race as well. And speaking of the boss, we are going to be doing our next race on his track. So, if you haven't played this game before, place your bets right now as to who it will be. Spoilers, well, the name of the track will give it away, as will, you know, the general aesthetic of this area. And also, we're about to get another tutorial let power sliding that we really don't need.
To get a turbo boost while power sliding, wait until the smoke from your exhaust turns black. Then, press the L1 button. If you wait too long, you'll hear a backfire sound and miss your chance for a boost.
I mean, realistically, that's fine. So, off we go to the next stage, Papu's Pyramid. So, this is Papu Papu's track. And he will be our second boss in, probably about 10 minutes' time. And much like on Sewer Speedway, I am going to give myself a handicap on this one. This time, I'm going to say, I'll say 20 seconds. I'm also going to have to reverse because you actually start, this track, you actually start on like a tiny downward slope. So if anything, I'm giving them like an additional 2 or 3 seconds because I'll need to drive to the start line as well. I also distinctly remember, when I was a kid, I thought this track was so hard. Okay, so off we go. To be totally honest, I do still kind of struggle with this track even now a little bit. Probably because there's one jump I want to make that I'm not the most confident with, and I'm still really inconsistent at being able to actually kind of drift the pyramid itself. However, I do know the shortcut, so I need to make this jump. I didn't make that jump, okay? So when I come back to do the CTR challenge, I will need to make that jump, and I'll also need to make a jump up to there, and I have really messed this one up, wow. Fortunately, I completely messed up that jump. However, I'm going to try it again. There we go. It wasn't clean, but yeah, that's a jump you can make. That's a jump you can make, and, well, it saves a surprising amount of time. I say a surprising amount of time. I think it's like, I don't know, probably like 5 or 6 seconds. And which, on paper, might not be all that much, but, you know, 5 or 6 seconds a lap is really a lot. Now, 1, 2, 3, jump. Fantastic. We are now up into 5th. Up into 4th. And just, you know what, I'm giving it another go. And that is us into 2nd. And there's 1st place in our line of sight. And we are now in 1st. Fantastic. Now let's just, now I guess we just throw some bombs at Tiny Tiger and ruin any chance he had of winning. And hey, you know what? That's a good guys win moment because Pola and Para now are in 2nd and 3rd place. Now, I'm gonna go the long way because I don't trust myself to not make that jump. So let's just jump down here, and I'm actually going to take the long path this time, mostly just so I can show what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, jump, drift, jump, and we make it across the finish line. Okay, so good guys win in total. Because, you know, we had 1st, 2nd, and 4th off. Coco continuing to slightly let the side down. But anyway, we can now move on to the final track in this area, which is Dingo Canyon, which obviously, going from the name, is Dingodyle's track. It is also, honestly, I'd say it's probably one of the tougher tracks. Mostly because of one section that I've always been really bad with. But now we also get another tutorial, but honestly, I really don't need them, but I'm just going to let all the tutorials play out anyway, because we're nearly done with them.
To get around a tight turn, or to face a direction quickly, use the brake slide by pressing and holding the square button while turning hard.
Honestly, the brakes were something I never thought about as a kid, but when I was playing the remake, trying to get all of the super fast times, yeah, it turns out that's really helpful. It helped a lot, especially in one of the later tracks that I'll show. Well, that'll be making my way through. And it genuinely helped me a lot, because I don't think I would have managed to have beaten all of the times without it. Okay, so, also we are already out into first place, which is kind of nice. The main worry in this track are these little dingoes, not dingoes, kind of armadillo things. And this water section, which I'm really bad with, by the way. That is probably the cleanest I've ever gotten through there in a long time. However, I immediately messed that up. Fortunately, I managed to jump my way through there. I don't know if jumping made me, like, correct the spin faster, or what, but either way, that was a completely wasted turbo. I pressed circle at the wrong time. But either way, we are now comfortably out in front, and can just hopefully maintain our super speed lead. Because, unfortunately, you do lose quite a bit of speed by hitting the water, unfortunately, but, you know, that's kind of just the nature of driving through water, I suppose. Now, will I hit this armadillo this time? No, I will not. I will say, though, I do really like how... you basically go through pretty much every different... you go through pretty much every different kind of level style that you've been through in the games. And up to this point, you've had the kind of Lost City ones. You've had actually, now that I think about it, there is one type of track in this game that's weirdly absent. There's, no forest track in this game, that I recall. That's weird now that I think about it. It's the only type of track in this game that isn't, that I can think of. That may be the medieval ones. But, they just aren't represented at all. Actually, no, wait. The medieval ones are definitely represented. And also, that was the least clean crossing of the finish line anyone has ever seen, but hey, we did it. I mean, we can't make it across the finish line in one piece. Who cares if we who cares if we got blown up on the finish line? And now, Coco once again takes second place. Cortex still very upset. And now, we can challenge boss number 2, Papu Papu, who will hopefully be... I know he doesn't have subtitles in this game, so hopefully he's understandable enough.
Papu much tired of watching puny slugs race so slow. Papu want in action to lay boom down big and prove Papu is world's best driver. Papu moves so fast, you munch drags.
Okay, so, off we go into Papu Papu's challenge, which obviously takes place on Papu's Pyramid, because it's his home course. And I will give him you know what, just like last time I gave Ripperoo a 15-second head start, so I will give Papu Papu a 15-second head start as well. And yeah, that's roughly where I started last time, right? Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Okay. Also, one thing I will say, I love the boss music in this game. Also, so similar to how Ripperoo used TNT crates, Papu Papu will just be throwing vials. But hey, I don't think that's really going to be much of an issue. What is an issue is needing to sneeze midway through drifting. Yeah, I fall off there. You know what? That actually, I can pull this back right now, because if I can line this up properly, because I can just turbo boost, make that jump, and that saves me a lot of space. Also, you know what? I'm now close enough that he's actually in my line of sight, and I can hit him with that missile, and we take the lead. Fantastic. Because now, I don't really see myself losing here. You know what? You know, go right ahead, buddy. I said go right ahead, buddy. There we go. 10 out of 10. Sometimes you do just have to let the boss go by just for a second to then just hit them with a missile and take your lead back. Also, when I come back for the CTR token, well, challenge there, the T will be located there, I think, and the R will be on here, and then the C is across the other jump that I had to do. I don't know why I don't know why, but I do have some of the CTR challenges kind of memorized where all the things are. Also, if someone crashes into you while you have the barrier, it'll count as you hitting them, basically. And, honestly, I probably shouldn't risk this right now, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And that basically secures me the win. However, I'm risking it. And we make it. Fantastic. And with that, we take home our second key. And we just got faster and faster by the lap. I mean, realistically, you know, we did start, what, 20 seconds late on the first lap, so, yeah, either way, I'm pretty happy with that second and third lap. So now we can claim our second key. Papu Papu is not exactly the happiest about losing, but now we can see what he has to say to us in, I guess, his words of defeat. So that is key number 2 acquired, and we can now challenge all these tracks again, challenge the Rampage Ruins, and go to the third area.
Papu not himself today. Maybe Papu not eating a big breakfast. You are fast for be so small. Here is key to help. Oxide much bigger problem for you. Him not as big, but him much more grumpy.
Okay, so with that, I am going to go save my game, and then I'm going to finish off today's episode. So let's quickly just drift our way over here. And that was actually perfect. Fantastic. So let's just save, and I can start wrapping up today's episode here. So today we managed to make our way through all of the Lost Ruins, and next time we'll be moving on into the third area where I'll be doing, you know, more races. So as always, feel free to leave a comment and click any buttons down below if you feel so inclined, and I will hopefully see you all next time for more Crash Team Racing. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.